You're listening to the Marne Report.
Fort Stewart and Hunter Army Airfield. Bryan here with the Fort Stewart's Public Affairs Shop, and today I'm joined by Miss Patty George, spouse of the Chief of Staff of the Army. Welcome to Coastal Georgia, and how are you doing today?
Thank you. I'm doing great.
Well, it's nice to have you and talk to you. I want to first thank you for your time. I know that your experience and advice is not only going to help Fort Stewart, but the Army as a whole. All right, so let's get straight into it.
Okay.
What inspired you to get involved in advocating for military families and soldiers' quality of life?
So I think some of it is just serendipitous where you're at. So I was in the Army, and when I got out, I continued to be a family member with my soldier, and that is just kind of how it arrived. So I am a family member, and I want to advocate for a life that I wanted to have and my kids wanted to have. So it came naturally as part of just trying to improve your own foxhole, so to speak.
So in that same tune of improving that foxhole, what do you believe are the most pressing challenges when we talk about this type of stuff?
I think for every family, every spouse, every soldier, it depends upon your season in life. You know, for some people, if they have kids, it can be childcare, it can be a real challenging struggle. And for some, it can be employment. And for some, it can be getting school, things like that. So I think it just depends upon where you're at in life. But I think probably the most important thing to remember is that you're not out there on your own. There are so many resources, not only in the Army, but also within your community. So it's a matter of, even if you're not sure where to begin, to start someplace, whether that's going to I know they have a weekly welcome here, going to that to find out. You don't know what you don't know.
Right.
So going and being open to finding that information, or reaching out to a neighbor or your soldier and family readiness group, just to find out what's out there. And it's amazing. People have made it through the hurdles that you may be facing at that time and can really give you some great advice.
Gotcha. So how do you believe we can ensure that those voices and concerns are not only heard, but also addressed within the community and even beyond that as well?
Right. So I think it begins with you. So empowerment is an action verb, and I think we all need to not only say what needs to be improved, but offer our own solutions. And the Army has some great programs. One is called the Army Family Action Plan. And you can actually submit your ideas and things that you think should be improved. And the garrison commander looks at it. It goes all the way up to Department of the Army at the Pentagon, where the Vice Chief of Staff of the Army looks at it. And I'll give you some examples of families who offered some challenges and some solutions and the changes that occurred.
Okay.
That we can transfer our GI Bill to our kids is because of Army Family Action Plan and spouses who got together and said, why can't we do that? I know at Fort Carson, we have an amazing dog park at Fort Carson. That's because families got together and said, this empty space right here would be a great place for dog parks, and it's a great community gathering point too. So there have been some tremendous leaps. And the truth is, as spouses and family members, we are experts in family member issues. So if you see something, not only complaining, you want to offer some solutions. So I would say Army Family Action Plan is one place to start.
Okay, I love that. So still staying in that same tone of community, 70% of our community, as far as military soldiers and military families, do stay off post. How do you believe that we can make sure they're still ingrained in the Army community while living off post?
Yep. And that is a big thing. 70% are off post. So probably coming regularly on post doesn't happen. I think integrating within your community to find your tribe is important. It doesn't matter if they're military. If you've found your tribe, that's wonderful. But I also do think that connecting with your soldier and family readiness group is a great opportunity to feel like you're on this journey together. I know Randy and I, it's never been separate where it's just been his job. It's felt like a journey that we've experienced together. And part of that was me connecting with him, with the unit, and the other family members in the unit who were going through the same kind of things that I was going through. So I really developed some great friendships that way. So I think a lot of it is that initial welcome, and then deciding as a family member, I'm going to participate in some way.
Gotcha. And to just hammer this home, as far as community, a big part of our community is our military schools. How do you believe that our military schools and our family programs can be improved to better serve our service members?
Well, I think you guys all here that are at Rock of the Marne and at
Yes.
Fort Stewart know best where those improvements can happen. And I think you need to use your voice to offer those suggestions and ideas for where that can happen. I'm not here, and I think every installation is a little bit different, but I do think using your voice and contributing and then offering some solutions is definitely the way to make any change happen.
Gotcha. One final question for you. So you spoke on it a little earlier. You were active duty, and now you're working on the spouse side of things. If you could look back now, what would you tell your younger self as advice going forward?
Oh, how much time do we have? So many things. I think, though, when I read the question and I thought a little bit about that, honestly, I think if I could go back and change one thing, I would have connected with the financial services right away. When I was younger, I could have saved a lot of money, especially when Randy was deployed. I think that I didn't know what I didn't know. And now, when we were younger, we did not have certified financial planners. Now we have Financial Frontline, and you can access a certified financial planner. I wish I had taken the time to do that, and I wish I had done it every time we PCS'd. That we were in a new place. I wish I'd have made an appointment, and I wish I would have said, this is what our finances look like. Where do you think I can save some more money? How can we best leverage our investments? So that would be my one.
No, that's perfect. And I think a lot of people need to hear that because you said it. You don't know what you don't know.
Nope.
So I do want to say thank you again for taking the time to sit with us. It's not only appreciated by me, but by the Fort Stewart community as well.
Oh my gosh, thank you. This was a pleasure.
The Digital Garrison app is your one-stop source for all things Fort Stewart Hunter Army Airfield. With the DG at your fingertips, you'll never miss out on upcoming events, installation updates, facility and gate information, weather, shopping, and so much more. Digital Garrison is free from your phone's app store. Download today.